Hey everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Marvel. I'm Petter, and I've just gotten done watching the Fantastic Four trailer 3 times. I caught it live, I caught the little bit of conversation that was had before this launch of this trailer on Good Morning America, and I want to talk about this trailer because I do think it's going to be a little bit divisive. Whether or not it should be, I think, is a better question. But just the first impressions of this trailer, first thoughts of this trailer, and why I think it may be a little bit divisive. The first element of this trailer, and the one they really have driven home the whole time, and I love the fact that they've driven this home the whole time. From before today, in the interview leading up to this, and this trailer, is that this movie, I should say, is about family. And if you check back in the 10 Minute Marvel podcast a long time ago, I said that was what they needed to do to make this work. Why? Because we've had kind of these different large Fantastic Four movies before that have all these really big superhero elements to it, but they've missed the heart. They've missed the heart that is the family of the Fantastic Four. And this trailer really leans into that and really focuses on the heart and the glue that holds the Fantastic Four family together. And that's great. I'm going to talk more about the specifics of the trailer, but I want to talk about also how this is probably the divisive spot for this trailer is the fact that it is focused on the first family, the future foundation, Marvel's first family. Because, well, yes, we don't see Val or Franklin in this. The whole thing is pointed towards the four of them being a family. That means there's no bombastic action in this trailer. We get a tease of Galactus, see the backside of Galactus's head. We get a tease of John Malkovich's character. So we can speculate who that may be. We have Herbie in there as well. But this one is about family interacting together as family. And for some people, that's not going to be what they're looking for, especially in a first trailer to get you hyped for something. For me, it very much gets me hyped for it because that's what I've wanted. I wanted them to do something a little bit different, and I wanted them to tell the story that we see in the Marvel comics a little bit more so than what we've seen previously with the Fantastic Four. Yes, they certainly nail elements and use elements from the comics, but there's also just parts of it that felt missing. Like I said, it was missing the heart in the previous Fantastic Fours. So this trailer gives us the heart. It gives us all the heart. We're going to have a chance to see the giant action. We're going to have a chance, and they hint at it. We see explosions in the sky. We see Galactus. We're going to have a chance to see those in future trailers. But what this is doing is this is setting the style and the look for what we're going to see in the MCU's Fantastic Four. Will there be action? Will there be adventure? Absolutely. But that can't exist, at least not well, without there being the heart, the family element for the Fantastic Four. And this trailer, we get Mr. Fantastic leading everybody around, talking about how they do family dinner once a week to make sure they do that. They spend that family time together. We hear the conversation and see Reed working on what I'm assuming is, in particular, a solution for Ben's affliction, his powers, because it is so much more noticeable. Mr. Fantastic, Sue's, Johnny's, they're not noticeable. And in the comics, that's something that Reed has struggled with and struggled to solve for years. And eventually, the Future Foundation, from the Jonathan Hickman run, the kids figure out a way to not reverse it, but just to give him a little bit of time every now and again. But we see in this trailer Reed feeling like he's lost some important things. He blames himself for what's happened to Ben, and really what's happened to Sue and Johnny as well. And he wants to be able to fix that. He wants to help the family in a way that gets them back to normal. That is how Reed Richards works. He's obsessive about solving a problem. And he's obsessive to the detriment of, in some ways, actually solving that problem. Because he's so focused in on just getting to that solution, everything else goes to the wayside. In the comics, it's always Sue Storm who is trying to pull him back. It's her who's trying to keep him grounded and to remember and realize, like, okay, what's happening over there is important. I understand that you need to put in this effort on this, but it's not the end of the world. We're going to have the end of the world in this with Galactus. Whether or not they win, we'll see. But it isn't the end of the world. That there's more important things out there than just solving this problem. That there is family. There are people that care about you. And I really like that. And you can see in the trailer too, kind of this, why it weighs so heavily on Reed. Because we see how much it's weighing on Ben. With the video or the newscast being like, here's who Ben was before, and here's who he is now, and just that change, and how, I mean, Ben is the one who gives himself in the comics his superhero name of the Thing, and just that weight of that and the desire to help, I think, is the element that I get from this trailer and why I really appreciate it. Now, do I want to see more? Absolutely. I want to see a little bit of action, a little more action than we saw. We got to see Ben running as the Thing. We got to see Johnny Storm flying. And we actually got to see Sue Storm at the moment it happened in space, the anomaly, whatever it is, her start phasing out, turning invisible, and just what that did to Reed. I really like that moment in the trailer as well, about why he's so obsessive about this is he was worried about losing the people that he loves. And so now he's obsessed on finding that solution, which may in turn cause troubles and cause him to lose the people that he loves. And that's just so much of the good heart of the Fantastic Four that makes me excited for this trailer. And for this movie, I should say. But I will also say I'm a little disappointed, just a smidge, that we didn't get to see, at least that I remember, like I said, I watched it 3 times. If they showed Mr. Fantastic using his powers, it was real brief. And I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't get to see just a tiny bit of action. Them taking on unknown character. Or we also didn't get to see the Silver Surfer. So those are things that I'm looking forward to in future trailers. But for right now, it gave me kind of the hope and focus that I was hoping it would give me of characters who are looking to be a family and to have that heart as the central focus for the Fantastic Four. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on the trailer, and I'll also throw up a poll on the community tab. I think they changed the name of that now. Let me quickly look here on the posts tab of the channel, where you can vote on how much you like the trailer, and leave a comment too there, because we can't read your mind. Let's just put it that way. We can't read your mind about why you liked or didn't like that trailer. So give me a well thought out explanation on that as well, both directions, because for me, this is a good trailer. Maybe not great, but it gave me the elements that I needed to see to have a lot of faith in this Fantastic Four movie coming out. But with that, also give the video a thumbs up. Check out the other videos that we have here on the 10 Minute Marvel YouTube channel. And if you want to hear our full conversation about the Fantastic Four trailer, you can do that. We'll be recording our podcast Monday, actually, coming up. So slightly later than normal because of the Super Bowl. And there's a chance, I think there's a decent chance we get a Thunderbolts trailer, and maybe a new, who knows, Thunderbolts, Daredevil, or a new Captain America Brave New World little spot to talk about from the Super Bowl as well. You can find the podcast here on the YouTube channel. Click onto the channel, subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate everybody who has and who's checking out the videos. And then click on the podcast tab. Or you can search for 10 Minute Marvel wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from. But with that, see you next time.